It's about this time where we get introduced to the drivers in the style of Death Race 2. Except this time they actually remembered to put the fucking chicks in the shot. They still don't get names though.
Nero.
The one black driver in the whole fucking movie and you named him Nero? Negro?
Nero.
So they're about to start the race when all of a sudden...
Never before has a driver been killed before the race has even begun.
Okay, I guess we can start the race now.
Introducing Olga Braun,
Do you want me to drive? Fuck!
Death Race's first ever female driver.
Hey, wow, it looks like this movie is a sequel that actually addresses some criticism. No, she crashes instantly.
How does it feel to be the first female race car driver in the Death Race universe?
I'm quite proud because it shows some female empowerment, and we have an all-female crew, so with only girls, and we can definitely keep up with all the men.
It's kind of cool, isn't it cool? It's not just a guy's movie, it's a girl's movie too.
You know, I'm not sure how good of an idea it actually was to have this whole thing set in the fucking desert, because to me it doesn't even look like they're racing anymore. It just looks like they're all driving to the same place. But don't the cars just look so cool though?
What they did with these cars in Death Race is they made them look so awesome. Omnibus, is that a word? Omnibus? Looks sounded right. You understand? You know, these massive, that were really hard to drive. They were really hard. The steering was, you know, they're so heavy, and then you're in this compact, full of steel little cage.
In Fast 5, they had this heist truck. In the opening of the movie, then when we started developing Death Race 3, we heard that they had 2 cars left. So we were able to buy them from the Fast 5 production.
All these cars were built from scratch. None of these cars are from the first or second farm, so everything was made here in Africa. I'm blown away when I look at some of these things. Some of it looks a lot like Star Wars, actually, when I look at these things on it.
So anyway, this one driver named Joker tries to fuck up Frankenstein.
Are you okay, Mr. Frankenstein?
And it's kind of embarrassing how hard they're trying to make him seem funny in this movie, hence the name.
You wanna fucking drive?
Could you just not talk? Just don't talk.
Anyway, he just crashes and yep.
Fucking idiot!
Yeah, every single one of those angles is completely necessary. It really adds to the film.
We have 10 cameras running, so one of them will have a cool shot.
So now Frankenstein's being welcomed by a bunch of African fans. Wait, isn't Death Race pay-per-view? And for some reason, they've waited until now to introduce this driver.
Pretty boy.
I wonder if anything important is gonna happen to him in this scene. Well, looks like his car's fucked. Too bad for him, because if he leaves his car, his tracking device goes off.
We've got a runner. We've got a lock on him.
Fire.
Yeah, that's how homing missiles work. They stop like 3 feet from the ground at a random spot and then continue along the same altitude until they hit their target, right? It's not like a downward angle from the sky would make more sense or anything.
Fuck logic. Sometimes you just gotta let your heart and gut tell you what's right.
Yeah, fuck logic. Come to think of it, that seems like it would be a more appropriate subtitle for the movie. Anyway, some Randy blows up and oh no, Frankenstein just barely gets second place. Looks like he'll have to race some more and fill up some more time in this fucking movie. Directly after the race, it looks like someone's gonna try and stab Frankenstein, oh no! Wait, isn't that the exact same guy that won? No, Goldberg!
What can we expect from Goldberg in this film? How much ass does he kick?
Well, he gets stabbed, really.
It's that sloppy sequence of events that leads up to the most cringeworthy scene in the movie. Goldberg's getting some medical attention, but oh, it looks like the hot nurse is one of his fans.
I'm gonna need you to drop your trousers.
Now I hear you also have a love scene in this, of sorts.
Yeah, buddy.
How much was that written?
Gorgeous little girl, Kim. God, I forget her last name.
Yeah, this scene isn't unintentionally awkward at all. If there's one thing that really pisses me off in the production of movies, it's shitty fucking TV movie quality background music like this that screams, "This is supposed to be funny." You get it? The scene has comedy in it, and you know that because this music's playing. It sounds like stock music. Like you could literally copy and paste this exact same song into every single shitty TV show about hospitals and no one would even fucking notice.
Well, that sounds like kind of a climax. No pun intended, of course.
So it's the day of the second race, and I couldn't help but overhear the announcer saying something.
For an additional cost, you can tap into the closed-circuit camera inside the driver's car.
What? I thought Carl Lucas was supposed to be pretending he's Frankenstein. How's he supposed to do that if people can see inside his cockpit and he's not wearing a fucking mask? Are there just people watching at home being like, oh, Frankenstein looks oddly familiar without his mask on? Does nobody care about consistency?
Death Race 2 was a prequel to Paul Anderson's movie. Now in Death Race 3, we could start from scratch.
The race starts and a weapon marker shows up, but apparently it's the only one for 25 miles.
First one through it gets the weapons, but if you die, the weapon marker reactivates. So everyone's gonna be on your ass.
How does that logic make sense? If you killed the driver with the weapon, what good would it do to drive all the way back to the marker? Sure, you'd get a weapon, but how the fuck would you catch up to anybody after that point? Is the objective of the race not to win? Whatever, the movie thinks it makes sense, so I guess it does. Just don't think about it. So Olga gets the weapon and now she's in danger from the black guy who we've only ever seen from a few 2-second reaction shots. I mean, at least Pretty Boy got a conveniently timed intro right before he showed up to do something. God damn it. Does anybody remember watching the trailer for District 9? The chills that it gave you from the fresh and original soundtrack using slow-paced, loud, single low-note instrument hits. And then Inception came out and they did almost the exact same thing, and then they made a lot of money, and then it became the cool thing to do. Can we please stop? Can we seriously just please stop? So now they head into a different township where the locals aren't exactly supportive of Death Race. And Niles York's reaction to this is the most awkward laugh of all time. Anyway, Nero crashes and then gets killed by the locals. What the fuck was the point of putting that in slow motion? Is that your fucking answer to everything? So Frankenstein sees a bunch of random bandits and decides to shoot at them. But why? Is it because he thinks that they'll only retaliate against the other drivers? I have no fucking clue why he did that. Well, I guess that's pretty convenient for the sake of people with short attention spans, aka this movie's target demographic, because there's only so much you can do when you've only got 4 racers left. Anyway, it looks like whatever unexplained plan Frankenstein had backfired because the rebels shoot up his pit crew. Hey, how'd you get outside so fast? I thought you were right that... wait a minute. Those are 2 completely different people. And it only shows one of those stations blowing up. Who the fuck are these people?
I had the camera on my shoulder, looking through the viewfinder, and action, and then he does the scene very emotionally. He starts crying and the whole thing, and I was soaking up, you know, the tears were going over my cheek while I was operating it.
So Katrina starts mopping outside his cell for whatever reason. I guess she's allowed to be there. And Frankenstein wants some alone time with her, so he says,
Leave us.
You realize that he's the prisoner here, right? Why the fuck are you listening to him? So by the end of the next race, Frankenstein has weapons and he's in the lead. So York decides that the only way to stop him from winning is to blow him up with a missile. But wait, why are you resorting to these measures now? Was it not also a huge risk for him to win in the first race? I guess you gotta make the final race seem more significant. It's not like Frankenstein has been 1 race away from winning his freedom this whole fucking movie. Well, big surprise, his plan didn't work because 14K deploys a countermeasure.
And of course, you know, at the end, you know, 14K saves the day again.
Saves the day.
Saves the day.
Seems like you have one of the best roles in this series.
Well, exactly. I'm one of those characters that in the movie, and he doesn't do very much. He's just kind of be around, you know, he's just around. But at the end, he saves the day.
You told me that tracking device was foolproof.
I'm coming to kill you. You hear me, Niles? I'm coming to kill you.
Damn, there's no way I can kill him now. What the fuck's stopping you from firing another missile? I was under the impression you had, I don't know, more than 1? Too bad for those guards, because Frankenstein just blows them up with his own missiles. How smart are these fucking missiles? It would make a lot more sense if they were blowing up cars directly in front of him at the same altitude. But how do you aim the missile to go to that random tower over there? You just pressed a fucking button. Same thing for your machine gun too. We can all assume that it has enough of a spray to hit targets in random places in front of him. But at that height, maybe it's just a super sensitive button that can control the height of your gunfire depending on how hard you press it. Whatever, I guess this entire race didn't actually matter at all because he lets 14K win. So once they find out that Frankenstein's actually coming to kill them, this woman handcuffs him, so he can't escape. Frankenstein then recklessly drives into the studio, killing Niles York and creating a huge explosion on impact. And by huge, I mean, remember how fucking long that tunnel was? Well, it turns out Frankenstein survived anyway. So to set things up for the first movie, we get this scene.
I leave the task of rebuilding Death Race in your very capable hands.
Why isn't Joan Allen talking or responding? Could it be that they never actually filmed her and are just using B-roll footage from the first movie? Oh my god, what a twist. It turns out the burnt guy that everybody thinks is Frankenstein is actually Niles York.
I am not Frankenstein! No!
Is everything okay?
No. It's perfect.
What? How are you all still alive? Oh, so it turns out a lot of things happened off camera. Carl Lucas secretly made a deal with Wayland to take out Niles York, and everything went according to plan. He purposely brought the warlords into the race to stage Danny Trejo's death, meaning his entire plan was completely banking on the chance that the warlords would actually get in a vehicle and follow him, shoot at the exact moment when they were passing his pit crew, and also not kill his pit crew despite the fact that bullets are flying right at them. He's the new Jigsaw! But how did you survive that explosion? Oh, your car had escape pods that launched indoors? Were you just really, really lucky that the car was at an angle when you did it? You could have easily just hit the roof, you know. Yeah, looks like they totally had enough time to run away from that explosion that destroyed the whole fucking prison. And this woman was helping the whole time. And hey, here's Lists. But how the fuck did he get there? So if we're to assume that this location where they're standing right now is easily accessible to prisoners because Lists had no trouble getting there, then what the fuck was the point of staging Danny Trejo's death? Why didn't they just not do that and then have Trejo show up with Lists at the end?
A lot of people don't like a whole lot of thinking. You know, let's go be entertained, and that's what this is. This is entertainment.
Doesn't seem like there would be any issues with the fact that they'd be missing convicts. I mean, they're inviting Lists to go with them, even though he says,
I'm not going. In prison, things make sense. And plus, someone has to stay behind. A witness to tell the tale.
What you're doing is illogical.
Yeah, he's right.
Someone once told me, fuck logic. Let your heart tell you what's right.
Yeah, let's let one of our best friends stay incarcerated his whole life.
To Lists.
To Lists.
Someone's gotta live to tell the tale to the rest of the convicts. It's super important, even though he never once decides to mention it to Jason Statham in the first movie. Let's just take his word for it that he's not well adjusted to the outside world. It's not like any of us could try to help him with that problem or something. The end.
I'll do whatever you got. You want me to play a tree, I'll play a tree. You know, you want to put fruit on it, pay me some more money.
Yesterday in the screening, somebody was saying about that race 4.
Oh, I don't know if I'd be a part of the fourth one. I mean, you.
So despite this movie being extremely enjoyable when you're on something,
This is Africa, son of a bitch!
it just felt as if something was missing.
Eat my land, boy! Eat my land!
Hillbilly.
Regardless, we all know one thing for sure, and that's that everything that Rule touches turns to shit. He's got the Midas touch, except with poop.
For me, there should be Death Race 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We can continue forever.
You like playing the bad guy, but there's a very specific reason, correct?
That's easy.
You're like, I got this.
You know what? It's like I like working. You know, I like working, and it seems the bad guy always seems to work more than what do you say? More than anybody else.
Hold it. Oh my god! I can disappoint everybody out here.
Oh my god! What the fuck?
Dude, I'm gonna beat you up. I'm gonna beat you up, buddy. You're gonna get beaten up. I'm gonna beat you up. I'm gonna beat you up. I beat you up.
It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work. It doesn't work.
I have this really crazy moments with me in the car with a camera and him driving through the dunes and through these sand hills and with explosions. And I was soaking up, you know, tears were going over my cheek while I was operating it.